All right, let's just dive right in, shall we? We're going to talk about something fascinating today, the inner world of the quiet mind. Have you ever wondered why some people just seem to love the silence, while others rush to fill every single gap in a conversation? Well, today, we're unpacking the real psychology behind it all. And trust me, the answer's probably not what you think.
So let me just ask you something that might hit a little close to home for some of you. You know that feeling you're at a party, maybe a work event, and the idea of making casual chit-chat about, I don't know, the weather, it just fills you with this specific kind of dread? Yeah, you are definitely not alone, and there's a really powerful reason for that feeling.
You see, the heart of this whole issue really just boils down to a simple but pretty profound misunderstanding. We live in a world that tends to reward the loudest person in the room, right? The outgoing, the outspoken. And because of that, the quiet mind gets misinterpreted. A lot.
Now, if you're a quieter person, I'm willing to bet these labels sound painfully familiar. You're just standing there, totally content, observing, thinking, but on the outside, people might be slapping these labels on you. Oh, they're just shy. Or, wow, how rude. Or maybe the worst one, that you're just not interested in connecting with anyone at all.
And all of that feeds into the biggest myth of them all, the big one. The idea that if you don't love constant small talk, you must be antisocial, that you just don't like people. It's a really damaging misconception, and honestly, we're here to bust it wide open. At its core, this whole misconception frames being quiet not as, a personality trait or just a different way of processing the world, but as a social failing. Like it's some kind of bug in your system that needs to be fixed. But what if it's not a bug at all? What if it's actually a feature?
And this, right here, this is where we completely reframe the entire conversation. We're shifting away from a judgment about someone's character, antisocial, to an observation about how their brain works, conserving cognitive energy. It's not about your attitude, it's about your mental architecture.
So here's the absolute truth of it. For a lot of people, wanting quiet isn't a social choice. It's really just a matter of cognitive efficiency. Let's get into what that actually means, scientifically speaking. This is the key concept right here, cognitive drain. I want you to think of your brain's energy like your phone's battery. For some people, those surface-level conversations, the kind of chit-chat that doesn't really lead anywhere deep, it uses up a massive amount of that battery power for almost no return. It's just a super inefficient use of your mental resources. And this quote just nails it, doesn't it? This is the real motivation. The goal is not to push other people away. The goal is to avoid that mental exhaustion, that drain that comes from interactions that just feel like they lack substance. This is especially true for minds that are basically wired to look for depth and meaning. They're not avoiding you, they're avoiding the drain. Okay, so if they're not putting all that energy into external conversation, what's going on inside? This is where it gets really, really cool. A quiet exterior is often hiding an incredibly busy interior, one that's powered by a constant, active inner monologue.
Yep, you heard that right. That constant voice inside your head, what some people might just call talking to yourself, it's not some weird quirk. It's actually a high-level cognitive function. It's a sign of a brain that's constantly processing, sorting, and making sense of everything through language. It's literally verbal reasoning in action.
And that internal chatter? It isn't just random noise bouncing around. No, it's a very structured process. It's how complex ideas get organized. It's how problems are broken down into little pieces, analyzed, and then solved. All of that happening before a single word is even spoken out loud. It's like a silent, super powerful workspace.
So what does this all really mean for you? It means it's time to completely change how we think about silence. It's time to embrace the quiet mind for the absolute powerhouse that it is.
So let's just recap the big takeaways from all this. Number 1, your quiet is about energy, not attitude. 2, you're wired for depth, not surface-level stuff. 3, that inner monologue is a sophisticated thinking tool, not a weird habit. And maybe most importantly, silence isn't empty, it's efficient. It's a mind hard at work. And that really leaves us with one final thought to chew on. In this super noisy, fast-paced world we live in, what could all of us, the quiet ones and the talkative ones, what could we all gain by just understanding, respecting, and maybe even making a little more space for silence? Something to think about. Thanks so much for joining me.